Good morning and welcome to this weekend's Brunch Club, where we toast to all the amazing, diversely faceted women out there, filling your cup with inspiration and encouragement as our guests share their personal stories, experiences with careers, family, parenting, equality, mentoring, and advice. The Brunch Club is where we raise a glass and champion female talent and leadership everywhere, and where sparkling is always encouraged. Hosted by Rachel Swoboda and brought to you from the beautiful showroom of Bixby and Ball, located in Newport Beach's Lido Marina Village. Now, here is your host, Rachel Swoboda.
Good morning. I am Rachel Swoboda. Welcome to the Brunch Club. And today I'm here with Sherry, a very good friend of mine. And, you know, we were talking about how to introduce you properly. And I can't decide if I should talk about Glamarella, I should talk about modern ageless beauty, I should talk about the hormones. I mean, this woman is a jack of all trades. She has had an amazing career across many different platforms, and so I actually am going to let you give everybody the 50,000-foot view.
Oh my goodness!
And then what I think we should do is we can dive into each area, and then at the end we have a really special treat for everybody. So don't give that part away.
Okay.
All right. Then
well,
so
thank you. I'm so honored to be here, Rachel. I know you can totally relate, because you wear many hats as well. So it's so fun.
So true.
It's all about just keep moving forward and reinventing yourself, you know. I started my professional career 30-something years ago as an esthetician. And I did that for about 4 years. And I decided, you know what, I love being in aesthetics and beauty, and so I started, I went back to school and I got my hair license, and before you know it, I was doing that full makeover look.
Okay.
And I loved working in the salon. I had so much fun.
Now, was this before kids, after kids?
Before kids.
Before kids.
I started
Okay.
my early 20s.
Okay.
And I just had a blast. It was so much fun. I've always been very creative, very artsy. And I just felt like, you know what, God gave me gifts and talents, and I just wanted to express myself.
Okay, so you were creatively helping other women to look beautiful.
Yes, absolutely.
With their hair and their...
Exactly. And it was so much fun, and I didn't realize really what my purpose was back then, because I was young, and, you know, but I totally remember having my clients in the chair, and I would say, let's do something different. Let's change it up a bit.
Okay.
Let's give you a new hairstyle. Let's give you a new haircut. Let's put some makeup on you. And they're like, okay.
Great.
And before you know it, I am making them feel and look beautiful. And I was looking on the outside like, we're going to do this for you. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I knew something was happening inside. And I knew that they were feeling good about themselves. They're like, oh my gosh, is that me? They'd be looking in the mirror. I'm like, that's you. You look gorgeous.
Okay, so, your journey of making people look and feel beautiful has continued.
Yes.
And taken on so many other pillars. Okay, but the essence, the heart of it has remained true. So you were onto something, even if you didn't know yet.
Exactly.
You were
onto
something.
That's always been my passion. I just want people to feel good about themselves from the inside out.
Okay. So how has that evolved over the years?
Exactly. Well, I worked in the beauty business and the salon business for about 20 years.
Okay.
Before you know it, I'm having children. I got married and we moved to Temecula.
How many kids do you have now?
I have 3.
You have 3?
Yes.
Okay. How old are they?
My oldest is going to be 25 this month. Mm-hmm. I have a 20-year-old, and my daughter is going to be 17 this year.
Fantastic. I love
it.
Oh.
So anyway, I was married. We moved to the Temecula wine area. I knew that, you know what, I had the privilege to be home raising my children, and at the same time, I still wanted to be really creative. And so I hooked up with a couple friends in Temecula, and I started getting into little home decor and styling.
Really?
And so back in the day, I'm not going to say back in the day, but several years ago, about 9 years ago, junking was a big thing. Vintage, furniture.
Yeah.
And so my girlfriend had this gorgeous barn in the wine country, and we would have these barn sales once a month. Okay. And so she's like, Sherry, I want you to be part of this. So I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. And so I had my little space, and before you know it, we started hunting for really cool vintage furniture and recreate it into a modern style just like some of the shows that are on TV today.
Oh my God, how fun.
And of course, social media was not happening, but I had a blog. I started blogging.
Okay.
So I would blog once a week. And meanwhile, I started designing and I started creating, and I found some awesome, gorgeous rhinestone brooches back in the 40s and the 50s. And I'm like, what can I do with these? So I started creating jewelry, one-of-a-kind pieces.
Okay.
And I would come to these barn sales, and people would say, oh my gosh, where did you get that? I'm like, well, I made it. They're like, you made it? Can you make me one? And so I'm like,
how did you figure out how to make it into something? Did you like trial and error?
Yeah, I just kind of decided, you know what, I
figure this
kind of
out.
found some chain, and I would just and it was like really statement pieces because these brooches were just gorgeous. And so before you know it, I started creating and designing and making these jewelry pieces, and I would sell them out every time we had a barn sale. And before you know it, I caught the eye of many editors from a lot of handcrafting, high-end, high-crafting magazines. They started featuring me, and before you know it, I was just going, I love this. This is so much fun.
Okay. So I'm clear on the journey. Okay, so we were doing beauty and hair, and then kind of like a break from that to raise kids and be a present mother who's staying home, and then through like friends and a hobby, you've like stumbled into a whole other business.
Well, I've always been creative, so it was just a different way of
express
being
that
creative
creative.
and express that. Yes.
Okay, so you have some pieces here.
Yes. So anyway, a few years ago, I decided, you know what? I'm going to design some pieces and have them manufactured. So this is Glamarella. This is my brand, Glamarella. And so
you don't make them anymore.
I don't make them anymore.
You design them.
I design them and then I have them made.
Got it.
Because I had one-of-a-kind pieces, and people would say, oh, I want one. I'm like, well, they're just one of a kind. So I decided I was going to design some pieces, and I have a website, glamarella.com.
But they're all staying true to the fact that they're statement pieces.
They're statement pieces. That's kind of me. That's
Yes.
my look. I'm Italian. That's my heritage. I get inspired by the architecture in Italy and the shimmering waters of the Mediterranean Ocean. And so this is my inspiration behind, my jewelry collection.
Okay, so I feel like when you started doing the jewelry, it opened a door for you for many other paths of creative expression.
It did.
Okay, so you're doing the jewelry, and now this is an ongoing thing, but there are so many other things that you're also championing.
Right. Well, getting back to the jewelry, it opened a lot of doors for me because I was able to really reach out and meet so many artistic people.
Okay.
So I've been featured in magazines. My jewelry's been on the cover of magazines. I've worked with makeup artists and hairstylists and stylists. And so I ended up meeting so many amazing people, and I worked with them as a team. So that really opened a lot of opportunities.
Okay. Well, and you had the background in the beauty and
Absolutely.
and making people good look and feel good. People are attracted to your energy because it's really positive.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is kind of what happened. So I've got so much going on. I'm raising kids. I'm doing my jewelry business. I'm being creative. But you know what? My personal life, some things were going on with that.
Okay, so as a woman entrepreneur, we all have a different personal journey.
Yes.
And I love that you're going to talk about it because not everybody does. I do, but
Exactly. Well,
so this is a safe place.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Throw it out there.
Place, and I think what it was I was basically in my late 40s at this point.
Okay.
And my kids were in high school, and I was going through kind of a rocky marriage, and it was going towards the avenue of divorce. And so there was a lot of stress going on in my life. And even though on the outside everything looked really cool, and wow, look at she's over here, and her magazine, features this and that.
But isn't it interesting how, especially in the days right now of social media, like things can look one way on the outside.
Absolutely.
People paint a facade of this life that might not always be authentic, and you scratch under the surface, and it's like one big mess.
Exactly. And so I was going through so much stress. I was going through a divorce, and I just felt my body was just off. Physically, there's something going on with me. Like, I can't figure it out. I've always been really optimistic. I've always had a lot of energy, but I would have days where it was just, I wanted to take a nap at 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm like, what is going on with my body? And I knew at the time I was so busy, I wasn't taking time to really pay attention to the signs and the symptoms. And you know what? People don't talk about it. And I was actually going through perimenopause. I was going, and then all of a sudden I'm heading towards menopause.
Yes.
So, and at the time I really wasn't, I didn't make the doctor's appointments like I should. I kind of kept putting them off. And
Well, you were taking care of everyone around you.
Yeah.
You were taking care of your kids. You were, hey, going through a divorce can be a full-time job. I mean, I've been there. It's
Exactly.
awful. So,
Exactly.
So you've got that. You've got the company. You've also got your brand. Like that
Exactly.
wasn't like something you wanted to talk about.
Right,
Like
exactly.
Show weakness,
Exactly.
sort of. Like not weakness, but just that that everything wasn't perfect all the time.
Exactly. And you know what? We need to talk about these things. And so I decided, you know what? I need to figure out what's going on. And my girlfriend was telling me about bioidentical hormones.
Okay.
And she's like, Sherry, maybe your hormones are off. I'm like, she goes, Sherry, since I've been taking them, my hair is healthier, my skin is more vibrant, I can sleep better at night, I have an amazing sex drive. I'm like, well, I want some of that.
Yeah.
You
wait a
know,
minute.
so it was one of those things where it's like, you know what? I'm going to put myself first.
Yeah.
I had an appointment. I had my hormones balanced. And, I went through a couple doctors. And that's really important, too, is to find the right doctor that specializes in bioidentical hormones.
So it's not the doctor
Hormone
that you are with now.
No,
That was a
before.
journey.
This
Okay.
was a little bit of a journey. And that's why I want to say to so many women out there, take charge of your life. Take charge of your health.
Yeah.
Recognize the signs. Be bold and really research, because a lot of times we just don't pay attention to what's going on because there's so much going on around us.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, it has been a life changer for me.
Okay,
And-
so we're gonna pause for just a
Okay.
minute. We're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're gonna talk. I want to talk more about the doctor. We'll talk
Okay.
more about modern ageless beauty, and we're gonna have your partner come in, and we're gonna
Yes, absolutely.
we're gonna bring you in too. So we'll be right back.
Bedding, lighting, furniture, decor. We do it all, even the kitchen sink. Bixby & Ball offers customers a thoughtful collection of home decor and meaningful gifts for any special occasion. Bring the coastal lifestyle home with the help of our styling and design team. Let's create a timeless piece together. Visit us at one of our charming stores, conveniently located in Newport Beach, Lido Marina Village, and Solana Beach, Cedros Design District. Or shop online at bixbyandball.com.
Hi. Okay, so we are back, and Ingrid has joined us.
Hi.
Hi. So I met these two together, actually, and as part of their modern ageless beauty empire. And I mean, I'm going to let you guys talk about it, really, but to your point earlier, people don't talk about menopause. People don't talk about sex drive as much as we probably all want to and should, especially if there's something going on that's wrong. And so as women are aging, you guys are championing different conversations about cancer, about menopause, about all these different things that I think you're so brave. And I'm glad that you're both here together
Oh, thank
to
you.
share with everybody what's going on with women. So please.
Right. Well, about a year ago, I was asked to be part of a show which it didn't work out, but I really wanted to inspire women over 40 to be the best, healthiest version of themselves. And I brought on my friend Ingrid, and we just created this platform. And it's all about, we just want to be real, raw, and relatable. We need to talk about the issues, the over 40, 50 women, what they're going through.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times that people they don't want to talk about certain things. Well, we need to talk about, because this is really what's happening.
Right. It's just an age, like I said, it's just an age that a lot of things are just taboo to talk about. We were brought together for a reason. We think God has a huge part in everything that happens. I have a different story. Sherry's story is about bioidentical hormones that have changed her life. 2 years ago, I went through cancer, and it's changed my life. And I'm just trying to convey what I went through and be there for women that have gone through the same thing as I, because it's just a really, really difficult journey. And mostly in the age that we're in, I was also going through menopause, and it just it was just it was just a match made in heaven. You know, we're here to empower and inspire women and help them go through the things that we've gone through. And we can only talk about our journeys and what our experiences are, just in hopes that it'll help others as well.
Exactly.
I mean, and that's part of what the Brunch Club is about. I mean, we come together in these intimate environments to talk, but also, you know, where do you go, right? Like, how do you know who's out there to talk to about this? I mean, some people have a best friend that they can talk to, but other people are like, okay, I need to ask a question.
What's so
These
wild,
ladies are always open to any
what's so
question.
wild is the minute you start talking about it, it just opens the floodgate. You could just tell that women want to talk about it, but they just don't know how or where. So we created the platform. We call it our platform, is because we wanted it to be a platform where women could come that don't normally talk to others, you know, and want an outside opinion. Maybe they tell their best friend, but maybe that best friend isn't going through what they're going through.
Yeah.
So it's a
you
relatable
guys
thing.
had the Modern Ageless Beauty event. I think it was like a month or two ago at this beautiful home.
We've had two. We have two sold out events. And really, it's, you know, we have amazing speakers. We have amazing vendors. It's really all about wellness. It's about health. It's
Well, and that's a
about-
good tie-in with the doctor, okay? So that you're
Absolutely.
working with, who was,
Yes.
she was there, and she gave this super honest, authentic, like, she had her shoes off, but like in this beautiful dress, and she was like, I'm just gonna be real with you guys, and she starts talking like, well, how many women feel like this, or how many women feel like that, and then they were doing blood work in the other room, like privately,
Right.
to test your hormone levels, and,
Right.
and so, but I know you guys are working together in a bigger way.
Yes. So this particular doctor is Dr. Shalina Bogard, and I had the privilege of meeting her last year, and she just is so relatable, and she specializes in bioidentical hormones, and bioidentical hormones are biologically identical to the same hormones your body produces. They are not synthetic. But it is a life changer. I mean, you have this energy, you feel so good every single day. And I want women to know there's hope out there. You don't have to suffer through the menopause. Sometimes it's so extreme where it just totally affects a person's daily life, and it can affect relationships too, and marriages.
There's other ladies out there that are doing great things, that are empowering and inspiring other women and doing wellness events and things like that. But we just wanted to make sure that there is a cause and a purpose for everything that we do.
So last weekend you hosted an event. It was a boudoir photo shoot event, but in order to, not in order, but I think what inspired everyone who was there is that you went first. You did your photos a couple months ago, and you've been really brave about putting them out into the world. So
Exactly.
you have some of them.
I do.
let's see.
So I was so inspired by doing this photo shoot with the amazing Laura Bravo Mertz. She's located in San Diego. I wanted to do this photo shoot, and I've always wanted to do it, but I never had time to really, pull it off. And I wanted to do it for myself, and I said, you know what, I'm going to just go for it. And I was there, and through the session, I just felt so inspired and so empowered. And I'm like, you know what, you don't have to be perfect to feel wonderful. And this time in my life, I feel more confident, and I feel healthier, and I feel like I look younger than I did 10 years ago. Yes. So I took my pictures, and when she sent them to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I'm so glad you posted them. I'm so glad you were so
well,
brave.
I wanted to be bold, and I do it. And the thing is, I raised a couple eyebrows, like I can't believe she posted it, but then I had an overwhelming, response for people that are saying,
Good for you.
I'm so glad you did it.
So you're not
because
just- you're not-
I want to do it.
Well, you're not just talking the talk. I mean, you're out there like walking the walk and living
Right.
it, and encouraging other women to be
Exactly.
like, you can live your best life at 30, 40, 50, 60,
Yes.
plus. I mean, and every woman who was there last weekend was over 40.
Yes.
So, all different levels of comfortability with their sexuality.
It's just embracing your femininity. Be, God created woman. I mean, it's so amazing. Don't let age define you. You can be amazing in every way.
And the photographer is extremely important, and she's just a beautiful photographer.
Laura
she
Bravo
knows
Mertz.
the angles. She knows what to focus on.
She's an artist.
She makes you feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Because there's
Exactly.
other boudoir photographers out there, but now that you're showing her work, it's amazing.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's
And
amazing.
I was featured in just 2 magazines this month. And
They
so
look
it's
beautiful.
just great. And again, I just want to inspire and empower women to feel So beautiful. From
We're
the
gonna
inside
do
out.
it. We're gonna do it next time.
I know.
We need to do it next
I think
time.
I need to do it. I know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I'm
we're gonna
hosting
agree to
another-
that. I'm gonna hold you to that.
I kinda backed
I'm
out,
getting
but
ready.
yes,
I'm getting ready.
I gotta do it.
Yeah.
I'm hosting another event, so I'm
All right.
looking forward to it, gals.
And everything that you guys are doing is really structured to, like, speak to the same message.
Yeah, everything that we do has a cause and a purpose. Like I said, there's other women out there that are empowering and inspiring, which is so great because we all need to support one another. But with our separate journeys, that's why we work so well. That's why Modern Ageless Beauty is so great and successful, is that I have my story, Sherry has her story, but together we're helping so many women, and that's what's most important. That's what it's all about.
And you know what we are? What are we? We're real, raw, and relatable.
Yes, we are. We say it like we mean it, and we mean it like we say
That's right.
Yeah.
You talk it.
So how do people get in contact with you?
Okay, well, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Modern Ageless Beauty. And you can follow my journey, Sherry Mattia, and then
it. My journey on Ingrid Newman.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then we've got Glamarella jewelry
Yep.
as well.
Yep. And so I want to encourage everybody to just, embrace who you are, where you're at this stage in your life. And if you need to have a raw, relatable, honest conversation, like these ladies are phenomenal. And they're so welcoming. They're never judgy. I just love them so much. So thank you for being here with me
Thank you,
today.
Rachel.
Rachel.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by the Brunch Club. It's been our pleasure to share this time with you. We look forward to bringing you more sparkling inspiration next weekend. If you have feedback, topics, or want to nominate someone to be a guest on the show, please reach out to us at rachel@sundaybrunchagency.com. Cheers!
This video was brought to you by 800 Cameraman, Southern California's only 20-time National Emmy Award-winning production company.